much, Karam. And the last thing that I really want to highlight for you all before we have dinner is something that's close to my heart. It is our new First Amendment Center. And I want to talk a little bit about what our First Amendment Center is. The last 2 years, I think many of us have had young, bright American Muslim students on college campuses. Our children, I have 2 kids on college campuses, nieces, nephews, and many of you have had them. And for the first time as Americans, as American Muslims, we've had to have a conversation with them. Don't post something on social media. Don't go to a protest on your college campus. Why? Because you actually might not be able to get a job after you go. You might not get into the Ivy League school that you want to get into. You might not have a career as a lawyer if you speak your mind. That is the most un-American thing that we can do, is to silence young people who want to speak their mind, who want to stand for their conscience, which is more American than even apple pie. And so what we decided to do was we needed to look at this issue holistically. We couldn't just address one case at a time in each university campus, which we continue to do. We worked at Harvard, we're at George Mason, VCU, Johns Hopkins right now on the case by case basis we're continuing to work on, and you'll meet 2 of the young men who we worked with. But we needed to make sure we had a First Amendment Center that focused on the First Amendment rights of our students at the higher education level and at K through 12. So we launched the First Amendment Center. And the focus of this center is to holistically address this issue through engagement with administrations, through training, through legal action, through public advocacy, and also through research. The first piece of research that we launched that took a year in the making, that was launched last month, was our Academic Freedom Report. This is a report card of the 20 top universities in the United States, a detailed 104-page report detailing every single incident, grading them, and also creating a Rate My Professor type of website that will focus on students being able to address their concerns on the website, and you being able to go to the website and looking at the score that these universities receive on their First Amendment and civil rights issues. The second thing that we focused on is, of course, individual cases. Many of you probably know, UC Berkeley shared the personal information of hundreds of students with the federal government, the FBI, and the Department of Homeland Security because of their First Amendment action on campuses. And we have been working on this case for over 3 months now, working with the governor's office, working with Congresswoman Latifah Simon, an American Muslim woman, Congresswoman, with her and with the governor to make sure that they investigate what is happening and what happened at Berkeley so no other UC school does this again. And just 2 weeks ago, Governor Newsom launched an independent investigation into what took place at Berkeley, and we're continuing to work on this case. But the case that I want to highlight, and the 2 individuals that I want to bring up in a second, is this case that we've been working on for almost a year now. 2 bright young people at Harvard, one at Harvard Law School and one at Harvard Divinity School. Young people of conscience were standing as justice and peace officers between two different protest groups. And they wanted to keep the two groups separate so that violence would not erupt. Unfortunately, one of the agitator sides, of course, agitated and physically assaulted these two young men. But that individual was not arrested. These two individuals were arrested. And the district attorney in Boston brought 3 different assault cases against these two young men. And if they would have been convicted, not only would their legal careers would have been over, but also any other project that they would have done would have been impacted. And so MPAC got involved over 8 months ago and worked quietly with the administration, with the district attorney's office, with social media influencers, and with these two young men. And just a couple of months ago, the district attorney dropped all 3 cases. Ibrahim and Elam, who will meet now, Ibrahim graduated Harvard Law this summer. And Elam graduated Harvard Divinity School. That is the work that our First Amendment Center is doing. And I want to quickly invite Ibrahim and Elam and Dahlia, the founding director of our First Amendment Center, to come up to just say a few words.